Ladies and gentlemen, I have done everything short of threaten the skies, but I have checked 3 weather apps and we should be okay. I'm looking around at all the dignitaries, Taoiseach, welcome, and indeed others, members of local council, members of the Dáil, and your good selves who come here year after year. I want to mention in particular 3 people, my dear friend Long Tom over there, Tom Welsh, without whom very little of this would have ever happened, because Tom founded the group called Know My Own back in the day, and without him we possibly wouldn't be here. I'm also thrilled to see again, I'll talk to her afterwards, we reckon she's probably the oldest living former resident, shall we say. Una Deneen is here, she will be 96 in August. And also a man came up and introduced himself to me a while ago and I thought he was telling lies. His name is Joe Quinn and he's carrying 88 years like a 40-year-old. Fair play to him. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in our 11th or 12th year of this. We missed a bit through COVID. We came and hello, are you speaking? Welcome, and our youngest is there. Welcome. We started this 10 or 11 years ago. We missed through COVID, but in the COVID years, people came and did their own thing. And the idea was to come down here and remember the people who came through this place. People who came through, and some didn't make it. In fact, many, many hundreds of them didn't make it. And I'll tell you more about the work of Daniel Loftus a little later on. But we decided to gather here on a Sunday afternoon in June, and hopefully we can around the weather, and just remember them. You can pray if you wish, we will sing. You can just sit in solitude and be with them. But we feel in this beautiful folly, which we had to save at one point, and Councillor Terry Shannon is here and he helped at the time to save it. It's here in this space. So, a couple of things to do. As you find your way in there is a hut to the right-hand side. We're asked that you do not approach that hut. Stick to the paths. That hut is private, and we would ask people not to go in there. We have a letter. Every year, without fail, Carmel has invited the President with us. And this year he was also invited. Unfortunately, he is unable to be with us, but he did send some very kind words. And I'll read them to you now. The President wishes to express his solidarity with all those who gather to remember, reflect and honour the lives so profoundly affected by the history of Bessborough. In his remarks following the publication of the final report of the Mother and Baby Homes Commission of Investigation in January 2021, President Higgins spoke of how meeting the needs and addressing the concerns of survivors must remain at the very heart of our response to that painful chapter of our history. His thoughts remain with the mothers and infants who died, the children who survived and who carried the trauma of those experiences, and with all the women, living and deceased, who bore the scars of that time and the lifelong burden of unanswered questions. And that's signed on behalf of the President by George Burke, his Deputy Secretary General. So we're delighted to have the kind words of President Higgins this afternoon.